So you're ready to declutter my house with me? As I think you can guess, today we are in the kitchen and I'm going to show you the power of decluttering for just 1 or 2 minutes at a time. We've got a lot to get through, so if you are ready for some more decluttering motivation, let's dive in. Diane in Denmark here, rah, rah, rah. Yes, we are back in the kitchen. Thank you for joining me on this little declutter session today. Not really feeling like it, but as I always say to you, you don't have to want to do it, you just have to do it. So one foot in front of the other, one wooden spoon in front of the other. And if you're following me for the Christmas prep, hold on, let me just sit down. If you're doing the Christmas prep with us, maybe you are prepping for Thanksgiving. This week is Flylady Zone 2 and we're just taking a bit deeper look here. What happens with in the Flylady system is we move through the zones, and usually in the month of December I just want to enjoy the month. I'm doing lots of things with family and friends. So in the month of November, this is when I like to dig a little deeper. Next month I won't be doing so much with the zone cleaning and zone decluttering. I'll just be doing my basic weekly upkeep clean. And the things that you're going to see me decluttering today, it's just been 1 or 2 minutes while I have been putting the kettle on to make a cup of tea or making dinner. And I've got kind of extra impetus to declutter at the moment because hubby and I are empty nesters. We've been empty nesters for 3-4 years. Both kids have moved out. We are downsizing, hopefully moving into a much smaller place in the city next year. And also I lost my mum during the summer, and that has really hyper-focused me into what is important. And the best things in life are not the things. So I'm ready to let go of a lot more. A few items to show you, quite a lot of items to show you. This is a muffin tin, and I occasionally use it, but my daughter was looking for one and she found it difficult to find one in the shops right now. So I messaged her and said, do you want this? And she was, yeah, she would love that one. I'm hardly ever using it. Are you holding on to things for a fantasy life? Or maybe I will use it. If you're kind of creative like me and kind of think of ideas for things, you've got to stop that thinking. I use it once in a blue moon, so that's going to my daughter. And we've got quite a few new ladies in my friends group who have moved here from the States, didn't have much stuff, so I'm really thinking, oh, is there something that I'm not using? I've got 2 of these pots and 2 smaller ones. And this was actually in a cupboard in the hall, high up in the hall, and I never use it. So this one I can let go of. Woohoo! And the next item is a case of 1 item in, 1 item out. Now, do you know what these are? These are Danish holders for Cairngorm, which is kind of like a mix of a spreadable butter. And this one actually came from Mum's house. It was something I had given to Mum and Dad, and they never used it. So I took this one, and the one that we have at home, the metal one, I never use that anymore. So this one is also going. And if you're thinking it looks familiar, it's the same brand, Stelton, Rigtig by Stelton, as my sink caddy. You know, you always ask about the sink caddy. And then come over here to, this is my kind of odds and ends drawer. And down here, do you remember we did a declutter of tea and coffee? And that is still working really well for me, but I had a couple of things. Right, this is something that I bought a couple of months ago and it hasn't worked for me. Do you know what this is? Let's see. It is a kettle protector, and we've got really hard water here in our area of Copenhagen. And it's meant to kind of stop your kettle from getting all kind of furry. Now my bestie Sue, she swears by these. Me, I didn't find that it worked. So I'm gonna, I'll also put that in the bag for the next swap party. Maybe it works for somebody else. And these are 2 teas, little taster pots that I got from Sue for my birthday. Now I've tried them both, but I have to say the English blend fanning one, this one I do quite like, the Chaya breakfast. But this one is very, very finely cut tea. Now, maybe you like that, maybe you enjoy that, that's good. Woo! If I can get the lid off. You see that? For me, it's just too finely cut. It kind of reminds me of like dust and bits off the floor. So that one I will be passing on to somebody else to try. And how are you getting on with your recipe books? Remember, I did that big declutter recently, and I got rid of all my recipe books because most things I now get from our library or I find them online. So this is all I've got left. This is my the recipes that I actually will use or that I'm testing out. So think about recipe books. Maybe you can hand them on to your charity shop right now. Might be a great Christmas gift for somebody. And then let's take a wee look in here. This is a very narrow drawer that's underneath the oven. And although it maybe looks a bit messy, but actually I'm quite kind of pleased with everything that's in there. Though the chopsticks, I've also got under here some chopsticks that we got when we were in Tokyo with their names on. I won't show you that because I don't want to show the names of the family, but I'm thinking I can let go of those now because we never use them here, but maybe the kids will want them. And at the back, let me just get these out. Let's take a look. Now these are manuals for things like the oven, the fridge, the Instant Pot one. I mean, I kept that in the beginning, but I'm now a master of the Instant Pot. If you want to see some recipes that I make in my Instant Pot, I've got recipes and crafts playlist. Light therapy lamp, that went long ago. The air fryer, I don't need that. But I have kept the ones for the oven. I don't need the one for the coffee maker. I had kept them because if there was somebody else making food here or the kids, I just thought it was nice to have it instead of having to look it up. But what I thought I would do, or another one for the Instant Pot, that can go. I'm going to put together a file for the next owners of the house when we sell up, because when we moved into this house 25 years ago, come out for 25 years, the previous owners had put together a little information file with the manual for the washing machine and the fridge, the freezer, and it was actually really useful. So I will see if there's anything useful here, like the dishwasher. And actually I stopped the dishwasher because it's doing its thing right now, but when it's finished I'm going to clean out the filter. And I know we've had this discussion before, but in the States you don't seem to have the filter for the salt. You've got the filter, remember, and clean out your filter, that's where all the gooey things get stuck. But we have one where we have to add salt because we've got very hard water here, and some of you don't have a salt area in your dishwasher. So anyway, I'm going to go through those. I'm going to sit and go through those tonight when I'm watching TV, and anything that I think will be useful for the next owners of the house will go in a little folder. And I've also started to make lists of when we got the rooms cleaned in the house, you know, just important information for them. Right, now on to some things which weren't here in the kitchen, but I had a look in all the other rooms in the house. Now in my husband's office, it was a space that he was using during the pandemic when we were all at home and the kids were online for school and everybody was in different rooms. And he took the old kettle, which isn't great, and put it in his office on this wee tray with some tea and coffee. And then he didn't need to disturb the rest of us when he needed a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It's been down there ever since, and I thought, oh, okay, now is the time. This is going to go into electrical recycling. It's not really good for anybody else. I've washed up the tray, really nice tray, not something that I'm going to use. It's I've also pared down the colours that I like in our home, so it's mainly white things, so too much of the colour, but that will be great for our next swap party. Oh, we've got a swap party next week. I'm sure one of the ladies will like that. And talking of trays, I had these stored away somewhere else. These are two that we got when we got married, big, heavy steel trays. We got them when we got married 26 years ago, and I've never really liked this one, so this one can go and this one can stay. Woohoo! And you might want to think about your storage of things, because are you putting things into storage because you don't use them that often? do you actually use them? How often are you using them? Have you got alternatives or something else that you could use? Remember me with the big pot that I had, the big mixing bowl, and it was just a pain to store, and now I just use one of the pots that I have. Oh, a random item, kind of charger cord that doesn't work that was in the bits and bobs drawer. And this isn't being decluttered, it was something new that I picked up the other day. Do you know the biscuits? Let me get the biscuits. Oh, these are some of the best biscuits, really kind of plain, but really good with a cup of coffee. And I saw this in our international grocers and I thought, ooh, never seen that before. So that was a little treat for me, a little self-care for this week. And you know what, it tastes just like the biscuits. And on the cleaning side of things, I'll put up the list so you can see some suggestions. This is the week that I usually, you know, clean up and refresh the supplies and the salt and pepper. I'm also going to wash the cover for the kitchen bench here and probably the cushion covers as well, because it's been a wee while since I've done that. And maybe take inventory of what you have in stock, what you are going to need for the next couple of months coming up. And I thought I should give you an update on the book situation. Remember last week I was in Flylady Zone 5 and I was showing I was decluttering all my books, and hubby has been decluttering his books. Well, guess what? Rah, rah, rah for hubby. At the weekend, he came up with another big lot of books. So I have put pictures of them in my swap group, in my International Ladies Swap group. And a lot of them have already been cleaned. So, you know, just keep going. As I said to you, when you declutter, the rest of the family will get on board. Whew, feeling a bit better now that I've got moving. And just a reminder, make sure that you are subscribed, notifications on, because we are going to be doing lots more hygge Christmas stuff. I'm going to be showing you how to make your own candle, countdown, calendar, jar. That's coming very soon. But I want to get all these things into bags. Let me know. Hopefully I have encouraged you, given you a wee bit of inspiration. Just declutter one or two things. As I said, when you're making a cup of tea, when you're making dinner, just look through one drawer, one shelf, and let's see if there's something that we aren't using. Let's get it passed on to somebody else. And if you've got a wee bit of the blaz, remember, lean into that self-care, okay? Self-care every day. So that's it for now. All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the decluttering hygge be with you, and I'll see you very soon with a rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now.